Okay, so I just left the beauty supply to get a few things because I'm about to do my daughter's hair, top beauty supply. And I had a weird experience here. And I just thought I would share this with you all. I should have brought you in the store with me. Here, as soon as I stepped foot in the beauty supply, I instantly made eye contact with the person behind the counter, the man behind the counter, and of course they're not of our background, um, but I'm friendly to everybody. Okay, this was not a negative experience by all means. It was just my inner emotions and questions that I had to ask. Um, but anyway, as soon as I walked in, I made eye contact with him behind the counter, and my heart literally fell to the pit of my stomach. And like all kind of thoughts started running through my head. Like I almost felt scared. Like a brief moment of anxiety came across me. And I know for a fact that it was mainly because of the videos that I've seen recently, as well as the documentaries that me and my husband just watched recently. And they were about, I don't know if you all remember or not, or if you're even old enough to know anything about it, but back in maybe the 90s, I want to say it was the 90s, a little girl in California, she got killed by someone of Asian descent. And it was when she walked into one of their gas stations or, corner stores, and they shot and killed her. Sorry, my phone rang. But the little girl in California, they thought she was stealing. She gave them the product behind the counter. She gave them the product on the counter. And then as soon as she turned around to reach for her money or to walk out the store, they shot her in the back of the head. Mind you, this little girl was probably 13 years old, 14 years old, and they just murdered this girl. And I've been seeing all kind of videos on Facebook regarding people going into beauty supply stores and black women getting beat up by the beauty supply people. Also, right, not rightfully so, but say for instance, the girls were stealing out of the store. Instead of them just calling the police, they detained the person, detained the females, and ended up physically harming them. Like they have little to no respect for us at all whatsoever as a people, but yet we still choose to spend our money with them. Like loads of bucks with them. Like we spend our checks, our hard earned money, we spend with them in their stores. And I also recently saw a what was it? It was a nail salon. It was the same day that I went and got my feet done and my eyebrows done. Um, I got home from the nail shop. Me and my friend went, and I saw on Facebook it was a video surfacing that showed. I guess it was an altercation between the customers and the people that owned the beauty supply. I'm sorry, not the beauty supply, but the nail salon. And they literally were attacking the customer. And that broke my heart to watch. Like, it was horrible. Like, men and women abusing their customers because they had a disagreement. Like nothing, by all means, nothing gives you the right to put your hands on anyone. And they were of the Asian descent or Japanese. Please correct me if I'm mistaken. I don't want to categorize anyone, but I believe they were of Asian descent. And as soon as I walked into this beauty supply store, I literally, all kind of emotions came upon me. The whole time I'm walking through there, I'm making sure my hands are out and they don't think that I'm stealing anything and they see me walking from aisle to aisle, or they watching me, like a paranoia sense. And it's just like, why am I spending my money in this store? Why, if I'm so uncomfortable? And then, mind you, they were very friendly here. Don't get me wrong. I'm not trying to blast them or anything. Top beauty supply over here in Houston, Texas. I'm definitely not trying to blast them or anything like that, because I did have a good experience with them. But I do notice that they always advertise towards us as a people, but do they really like us? It's just a question that I'm posing. Now, one of the guys that worked there, I was looking for some product for my daughter's hair, some new product for her, and he started asking me how old is she? I'm like, how old is who? He said, who you're shopping for? I was like, oh, my daughter, she's 6, she'll be 7 this month. And so he's like, okay, well, have you heard of the new Cantu children's line? And that's what I actually ended up getting. But I started thinking to myself, like, how do you know? How do you know what works for me? I heard him recommending the edge control to some lady. And he's like, maybe you should try this edge control. It's very popular. It works really good. It gives you a nice hold. How do you know? Hmm? Hmm? That's what I wanted to say. Like, how do you know? How do you know? You've used it before? Hmm? No? So I know he's just selling the product like he should. That's what a good salesman does. And, he was friendly and he was nice and all, but I just wanted to know, like, why do we trust our hair care products? Us black women, we love our hair. Like, whether you're natural, whether you perm your hair, whether you have locks, starter locks like me, whatever. But how do you know to trust these people who don't even have the same texture as us? Anything, their hair is nothing like ours. How do we know to trust them with the products and stuff that they're giving us? How do we know that it's pure? And I guess that goes with anything, but I'm just saying. It really, I don't know, it was just a weird experience for me. So every time this happens with me, whether I'm in a grocery store, the market, or anywhere, it just reminds me that I want to put more effort into buying black. Like, we need to. Us as a community, we need to. They stick with their community, and we give them all of our money. We support them so much. But do you support the black-owned businesses, the black entrepreneurs in your neighborhood? Are there even any in your neighborhood? Have you tried to find out if there were? Me, honestly, no, I have not, but I do plan on it. I intend to. I don't like the feeling that I just had in that store. By all means, they did nothing wrong, but with all the stuff I've been seeing on the media, like, I experienced a moment of anxiety in walking into this beauty supply. And that's not a good thing. I gave them our hard-earned money. So I just wanted to touch bases with you all and see what you all think. Do you buy black? Do you give back to your own community? Do you attempt to? Have you ever thought about it? Have you looked into it? I'm going to start looking into my area where I live, the side of town that I live on here in Houston, Texas, and I'll start posting businesses that are black owned within my mommy's clubhouse Facebook group. And I'm going to start trying to do the research for you all and for myself as well. I wish I had the funds to open up my own beauty supply. That would be amazing. You know what? I might be on to something. Light bulb. Light bulb came on. But yeah, I just wanted to touch bases with you all. They did nothing wrong. Don't get me wrong. This beauty supply, they did nothing wrong at all. At all. It was a good experience, a decent experience. But we just gotta give back to our own community. I'm all for my people. I love my people. And thanks you all for watching. I love you all as well. You know, each one teach one. That's what they always say. So I feel like we need to just all come together and support our own people. If I started a beauty supply house, a beauty supply shop, would you all shop with me?
Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe.